and every Sunday is a battle. I'm your man, Wil McCann, and along with my partner, Tellis Everett, we're a couple of fans from the heart of the Midwest bringing you real talk and weekly breakdowns from the NFC North, the Black and Blue division. So whether you rep green and gold, Honolulu blue, purple and gold, or you rep the monsters of the Midway, you are in the right place. So lace up, strap in, and let's talk black and blue. Tell us, my man, what is up?
I'm excited to do this mini pod that we decided to do. We're in the same location for the
For
first
the
time,
first time.
so going to be a little bit of growing pains, but we're going to get into a couple of subjects that popped up over the last week. So let's get into it.
Yeah, a little fun, a little different energy today. You can see we're coming to you from, it's like you said, the first time we've recorded together, we're coming from our palatial offices here in Royal Oak, Michigan, at our brokerage here at Century 21 Curran and Oberski. So got a couple of topics. Man, there have been some news breaking in the NFL here over the past week. Just as we cross the June 1 deadline, I want to talk about some of the transactions that's taken place and how they will affect the NFC North division. So to start with, let's talk about somebody who was in the conference, who is leaving the conference. So tell me what you think about A.J. Brown being traded from the Eagles to the AFC champion New England Patriots.
Well, I think you know how I feel about the Eagles. The Eagles all year look just like the Green Bay Packers. The quarterback situation, those two guys, I know Jalen Hurts has a championship and all that kind of stuff, and Jordan Love is still trying to get there. But those two teams were a roller coaster last year. And we know that A.J. Brown, going back 2 years ago, had an issue with how that offense was running. So I don't think it's a surprise. Everybody knew that he was going to be traded.
Right. We even made reference to it in our previous pod.
Right. We already know that he was going there. Some of the news out of New England needed to kind of simmer down in order to make that happen. I called him a casualty of those rumors and speculations. So I'm glad to see that he's making that move. He's going to be a significant improvement in the receiver room for New England. For Philadelphia, which is a team that we deal with here in the NFC, I know we do a lot with the NFC North, but Philadelphia being an NFC team. Come playoff time, when you're looking at what they had already planned it, the way that they worked their draft, and bringing in receivers and that type of thing. I don't think it does anything for New England. For Philly, I really don't.
You don't think it's either positive or negative for them? You think it's a net zero gain for them?
I think it's a net zero gain for them because he wasn't, when I say Brown wasn't happy where he was at and how that offense was running.
Right.
The fact that he is now gone doesn't mean that the Eagles are going to improve, right? Because that offense is still going to be the same unless they do something drastically different. And Jalen Hurts is still your quarterback. And I love Jalen Hurts. I want him to be successful in the league, but he's probably a tier 3 quarterback.
Ooh, wow, bro. Wow. Nasty work there.
So what are your thoughts on that situation?
I'm actually, I agree with you. I think Philly had planned on this all along. Howie Roseman is known as one of the best GMs in the NFL. He certainly was not caught off guard by this. Like you said, they've been having issues for a couple of years, right? Been talking about issues with the offense and tension between those two players.
Right.
You can't have tension with the quarterback and between the quarterback and the best player on offense, right? That's not good for the team. So, in a lot of ways, they're feeling like it's addition by subtraction by moving on Brown. I don't ever think you get better by moving on great players. That is not the case in my mind. Jalen Hurts, I'm a lot higher on Hurts than you are. I think Hurts, and it's not his. if you put guys on the practice field, right? If you put the top 10 quarterbacks in the league on practice field and just have those guys go out and run drills, he's not going to be one of the best looking guys in that group, right? The guy
No,
just knows how to go out and win.
I
Right?
disagree. I feel like he's a practice hero.
That's if he were a practice
He's
hero,
got all the
Tua never
drills.
would have replaced him.
He's got all the drills. He's got, oh man.
He's got
I
the
think there's
athleticism, he's got the leadership, he's got the intangibles, and I think that's what
no,
his superpower is his intangible.
no. Well, today, yes. When Tua replaced him, Tua had the intangibles.
Tua had the accuracy.
And
That's what Tua
that
had the accuracy, the leadership, the ability to get first downs with your feet. Jalen could do. Jalen was 22-2 as a starter
I
and had
understand.
played in the national championship game before Tua replaced
I
him.
understand what you're saying, but I
I'm
felt
just saying, I was just a little higher on the guy than you are. I know he hasn't. He's not. I wouldn't call him a tier 3 quarterback. No.
he's a tier 3.
I think he's more. He's a tier 2 quarterback.
If we do tiers today for the 32 quarterbacks in the league, he's a tier 3.
I don't think tier 3 quarterbacks take you to the Super Bowl. I certainly don't think tier 3 quarterbacks are Super Bowl MVPs. Sam Darnold would be a low tier 2. And Jalen's a mid tier 2. You get an outlier like a Jeff Hostetler. And he's done it twice. So if you could call it a fluke if he's done it once, but this guy has done it twice. But yeah, I think they are going to miss in their offense the big playability that A.J. Brown gave them. I actually think they're going to miss that.
I do agree with them. A backtrack on what I said about them not losing anything with him, because you are losing a receiver that is 1,000-yard receiver. Averaging almost 12.
Yeah, write it down.
Almost 13 yards per catch.
Yes. A beast with the football in his hand.
At least 7 touchdowns.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
He's had years where he had 14 touchdowns.
Yes.
So I'm going to correct what I said. They are going to miss him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are they going to miss him a lot in that offense?
Is it going to be right? Overall, how will it affect the team? I don't think that takes them from a 12-win team to a 10-win team. So, yeah, I think, I agree with you overall. The net effect overall to the team, I don't think will have a lot of impact.
Right.
But I think elements of their offense are definitely going to miss his big playability.
Yeah, and they might just be a smoother-looking team, and when they get on the offensive end, you're probably going to see more run than maybe like a 60-40 mix.
I was going to say you probably won't get as many complaints after the game,
right?
If they have a 60-40 run mix,
exactly. And that's probably where they want to be.
That's where they want to be,
especially with a quarterback like Jalen Hurts.
With a quarterback like Hurts and with the back like Barkley. All right, moving on. Let's talk about the one that made the most news this week, and that was Myles Garrett, the reigning Defensive Player of the Year, moving from the Cleveland Browns to the Los Angeles Rams, now coming into the NFC, strengthening the team that I thought was the best team in the NFC last year, even though they didn't make it to the Super Bowl. As I saw them last year, I thought they were one of the best teams. And now they have Myles Garrett. Tell me what you think about the move by the LA Rams.
Your assessment of the LA Rams being the best team last year in the NFC was not wrong. I think they were still the best team in the NFC, even though they didn't make it to the championship.
They got outplayed. Yeah, they got outplayed by a division rival.
This is the reason why you go and you trade for a defensive player of the year like this guy. When you go back and you look at their 2021 championship that they won, essentially one of the key plays was being able to shut down the quarterback and win the championship.
Yes, yes.
So they're going back to that model. You bring in Myles Garrett. When you look at kind of the career stats of Myles Garrett versus God, what is his name? I can't think of his name. That was there.
Was where? Oh, Aaron Donald.
Yeah, when you look at the career stats, they're very, very similar. Myles Garrett is actually gaining on him with, I think he's only got 5 years in the league. And
I think
Garrett, Myles Garrett had 5, and
isn't this Garrett's 8th year or
is it his
9th year?
8th year?
This might be his 9th
I feel like it's not that many.
because I know this
But
is
games played, Myles Garrett is 134 and Aaron Donald is 154.
yeah,
Right?
yeah.
When you look at the sacks,
Mm-hmm.
Myles Garrett has 125 to Darnold's 111.
Mm.
So when you're the Rams and you're trying to get that championship, because
Yes,
this should be Matt Stafford's last year.
it got to be. Yeah, he doesn't have. He certainly has more years behind him than he has ahead of him.
So you're trying to get that championship this year, and if you had Myles Garrett last year, your performance in the NFC Championship may have been better because that was a close game.
It was. It was. Yeah,
like a 3-point game or something like that.
You remember the big play by Charbonneau picking up the 2-point conversion, for them to tie the game.
But in that game, the Rams only had 3 sacks, right? And then you let Darnold throw 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
So
he had a great game that game.
You noticed that you needed pressure on this young man, and you went out and you did what the Rams do, and everybody talks about them effing those picks. So
yeah.
So this makes them this year the best team in the NFC.
I agree. I think it makes them the best team going into the season. Would pick them as the best team in the NFC.
June 4th, 2026. The Rams are the best team going into the season.
For me, there isn't. When you talk about Myles is the best defensive end in the NFL right now, right? And Jared Verse is an ascendant player. He is a Pro Bowl player himself. I like this. I'm going to say from the Cleveland Browns perspective, I actually like this trade for the Cleveland Browns.
Oh, yeah.
They get back an all-pro player at a premium position, and they get 3 future draft picks.
Right.
They made this deal after the draft, so they get a 1 this year, a 2 the following year, and a 3 in the third year.
Right.
So they got back, long-term draft capital that can help them continue to build their team. I think they've done a fine job building their roster. It's easy to play the what-if game. But what if Deshaun Watson had actually worked out for them? They'd actually be in pretty good shape right now. They actually have a pretty good football team with a legendary pass rusher and an effective quarterback on the offense. But he just has never been healthy. He's never played a full season. And when he's played, he hasn't looked like the guy we remember from Houston. So Cleveland has built their roster. Their owner gets a lot of flack for taking swings and missing. Sometimes you swing and you miss, right? He's taken some swings and he's missed, but I give him credit for continually coming back and not dwelling on the fact that you made a mistake before and not trying to cover up the fact that you made them. So we made the mistake. Let's move on from here. And I think I like that deal for the Browns. But yeah, Myles Garrett coming into the NFC is a big upgrade for the Los Angeles Rams, and the teams in the NFC West had better be on. They thought they had something to deal with Jared Verse. They thought Verse was a problem. Wait till you see this guy.
Right. Absolutely.
All right. And lastly, let's talk about the news of the week I won't say necessarily that affects the division, but that impacts the division. And that is my pick for 2025 NFC MVP, Caleb Williams, will be glossing the cover of Madden in 26? It's Madden 26 or is it Madden 27?
It's actually Madden 27.
Your man don't video
But
games.
the game's coming out in
Yeah,
26.
I don't know. It's so you can't ask me, right? So he's glossing the cover of Madden 27. Tell me what your thoughts are about my man on the cover of Madden.
Look, it's all fun and games for me. I have a great time just uh, posting out here on TikTok and Facebook about Caleb Williams and doing little videos and stuff. But the question is that do you have to worry about there being a curse, the
Mhm.
Madden curse, right? Now, I'd say if you throw a Kardashian in there, it's a wrap for Caleb. But
But Madden alone.
but Madden alone, it should not be an issue the way that they played last year. Now, more technically or just dealing with football itself,
Uh-huh.
the potential of having one of the toughest schedules
Yes.
is gonna be more of a situation or
Yes.
condition that they
Yes.
have to deal
Yes.
with, right? The fact that he's on the Madden cover is just shits and giggles, right?
Right. It's just something for us to talk about. It gives us more opportunity to roast him
Right.
if he has any issues whatsoever. It's just one more thing to talk about. You talked about you had some info on the history of the Madden cover that you talked about on TikTok. Go ahead and run that.
Yeah, so we can all go back and we remember Michael Vick was on the cover that year. He broke his leg. Donovan McNabb tore his ACL the year he was on the cover. Christian McCaffrey back in
See, man.
right got to game 11 and exploded.
Yeah.
So
people thought the curse was over, and
so there's a litany of others that have had issues that same year that they're on the cover.
Yes.
But you have players that transcend the curse, if we're gonna say there is a curse.
Right.
So players like Tom Brady, when he was on there, did well.
F that curse.
Right. When Calvin Johnson was on there, he had an amazing season.
Yes.
And then Patrick Mahomes, I mean, his might have been delayed, but but again, when he was on the cover, he had a great year. So is it something? It might be. Is it really that important? If I'm a Chicago Bears fan, I'm making sure that I don't step on any sidewalk crack.
I always talk about my cousin Zach, who's a big Packers fan. I sent a picture Tellis sent me. I sent it to him, and he starts cracking up about it. He said, "Yeah, man, he said with Caleb on the cover, I'm never buying Madden again."
Yeah.
Then he hit me back later and he said, "Low key though, I am hoping my wife buys it for me." He just wants to be able to say he didn't spend any money on it.
Exactly.
But yeah. So yeah, man. We talked about running backs last week. We're going to be talking about receivers next week.
Yes.
Tell me what did you think about that exercise we did last week, and how do you feel about receivers coming up?
I enjoyed the running back situation that we covered. I'm looking forward to the receivers. When I was a little kid playing Pop Warner football and all the way up through high school, I was a receiver.
Those were your guys, right? That was you.
So I'm excited to get into these receiver rooms for the NFC North, looking at all four teams and then ranking those receivers. And yeah, man, I'm just excited to crunch some numbers and be a little geeky about it.
We get to geek out, right? We get to geek out with numbers.
Yeah.
It's interesting that we did running backs, and the Green Bay Packers had an issue with one of their running backs. We're about to do receivers, and one of their receivers just caught a huge contract. So we'll talk about that next week, man. It was interesting to me. I was surprised that receiver got that contract, right? That kind of made me. It was one of those things that make you go,
But when we look at the numbers, it might make sense.
It might, right. So, and that's what I love about this exercise, man, because you go in with an idea about it, then you dig in and look at the numbers, and you're like, oh, okay, I see now. Right. That does make sense.
Yep.
So hey, that will wrap up for this little mini episode that we did here today. See my man here and my man and I here in the office occupying a room we got to get out of. So go ahead and wrap it up for us, Tail.
Hey guys, we appreciate you joining us for the Talking Black and Blue podcast. Listen, if you know anybody that's thinking about buying, selling, or investing in the next 3 days, 3 weeks, or 3 months, hit us up for a winning game plan in real estate. And always, fellas, share with your crew. Ladies, let all your friends know what's going on over here. Subscribe, hit that like button. Don't be a knucklehead. Drop us that 5-star rating.
Don't be a knucklehead. And hey, we appreciate everyone who supports the pod, and we will see you next time.
Yes, sir.